Well, well, well. Welcome back, my friends. This one's called We Are Separating. Now, before we start, this could be a grift. This could all be a lie. Or it could be real. Either way, buckle up. She turns the camera off right away. Said she's had a headache for a few days now. Says this might seem impulsive or out of the blue. It does not seem that way at all to us. She says they are not compatible. They aren't working out, but there's love there. She's very giggly. It's not him. It's a cultural thing. She doesn't feel like herself. She doesn't want to assimilate into that way of life. It's been 3 years of trying. They're at each other's throats a lot more now. No kidding. She didn't want to make this so public, but she needs help. She's not meant to be a subservient housewife. Salah wants to live in Syria forever, and she does not want to. She's afraid her channel will wither away. I think it's too late for that. Her channel is all she has, and those are her words. She feels relief, and to be honest, you can hear it in her voice. She sounds happy. She wants to go back to Canada to be herself and to bees. People are fed up with her changing her mind. Her problem is she needs to raise about $8,000 to $10,000, and she will definitely be bringing Julia with her. Salah has invested money in some kind of business there. She almost says it, but then she catches herself. Between you and me, I think it's a car service, but whatever. She plugs her cameos pretty hard. She says she can't use GoFundMe, even though she tried it with a VPN because they won't allow her to because of the sanctions where she is in Syria. She doesn't want to go back to Canada. She doesn't even have a bed. She's just confused about her beliefs and identity. She doesn't want to ask her mom or her family for help anymore. She wants to have fun. She feels like she's always holding stuff in, and she takes it out on Salah. She says the relationship is finished. Salah said she's always complaining and this life isn't really for her. She's been talking to Uncle Phil, apparently, and she wants her to be mentally evaluated. That's what she says. So exactly what the haters have been saying, eh? She says she needs more sophisticated healthcare. She hints a few times that once she gets out of Syria and probably when she gets back into Canada, she's going to unprivate some of her old content. That's pretty smart, actually. She should not make her old content public while she's still in Syria. She hints again that she might ditch the hijab. She says that a few times. Currently, she says she's not wearing her hijab or her wedding ring. She needs to be alone in life. Let's see how long that lasts. Says it might take her 6 months or so to be able to afford to go back to Canada. She feels like in Syria she's being muted. Well, whose fault is that? Pretending you're Muslim when you know you're not. She'll give receipts this time if you give her money, not like with the little girl. She wants gorlworld to pay to send her home. Apologize to us first, Chantal. She'll never get into another relationship ever again, just her and cats. She says cats multiple times, so you guessed it. I guarantee you she's going to adopt another one or steal another one or take another one. She misses her old life. Love just ain't enough, she says. They're being civil to one another. Her family cannot afford, nor are they willing to help her financially. She calls Salah young and fertile. Ugh, that's so weird. She wants to Mario bees and time warp again. She keeps mentioning over and over and over that she won't have a bed in Canada. She promises to roll down a hill again. She claims she is the one who left Bibi. She promises she won't go back to Salah. Her family will disown her if she pulls this bullshit again, going back and forth. Says she has goals and dreams that she just cannot realize in Syria. She starts a goal of 10 super chats. Says she gave the money to the little girl's family. And the pics of her doing things with the little girl is supposed to be the proof that the money got to the family. She muses about making a lot of money doing sleep streams. Yeah, good luck with that. Nina expresses concern that people will donate and that she'll change her mind again. Her stream is absolute filth. Her chat is telling her to let Yo Mama manage her YouTube career. I'm not kidding. She thinks she'll get $500 for the wedding ring. I am so embarrassed for her, you guys. Her family must be absolutely mortified. She blames getting doxxed for losing her last apartment in Canada. She claims she got only about $50 in donations last time she went back to Canada. She's very, very anti-scam. She says that a few times. Someone asked her to do a King Cobra cameo and she ended up denying it. Some of Salah's family knows, supposedly. Supposedly they know. She's excited to move on. Her chat is giving her a lot of pushback on the grift. She says she initiated the separation, but it's a mutual decision. She asks the chat if she seems performative lately in her content. She won't leave until she has enough money to take Julia with her. She keeps saying she needs help. She needs help. So she might show the DeVito. You heard that right. She said she might show the DeVito and she might want to be Danny DeVito for Halloween. She's going to miss how he does her errands for her. Well, no kidding. She doesn't want to take out a loan. She'd rather ask for it from the chat. Get a job, loser. Salah is pinning her PayPal in the chat and she jokes he's trying to help her so she can leave quicker. But honestly, I think that is what's happening. She says if she goes back on her promise, she will refund people this time. Yeah, right. She refused to refund donators last time. She's not going back ever to the Middle East, no matter what, and she's going to live how she wants to live from now on. She says she wants to go do vlogs and do things, and Salah doesn't really want to do the same things. If she goes back to Canada, she can totally redeem her content. Totally. Salah doesn't have to change anything at all to stay in their relationship, and she has to change everything about herself, she says. She misses Lakma. She wants to go to Spirit Halloween. She says she won't do heavy drugs this time. Emphasis on the heavy part so we know what's coming. Salah gave her permission to announce their separation. How kind of him. She's very, very careful in this to say how much she loves the Middle East. She says she doesn't want to be a housewife. Ew, 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 ew. And those are her words. Verbatim. So there's no point in wasting any more of their lives. Her and Salah are being weird in the chat. He says he wishes her the best and she's like, same. And then she tells him to speak his piece pretty much in the chat. He can say whatever he needs to say. And then she kind of like incites him to come bees in her chat anytime. So like, yeah, come on, anytime you want. She says she was very unhappy behind the scenes and we never noticed. Yes, we did. She says she wants to bring the little girl to Canada and she cackles that terrible witch laugh. Someone in the chat says, kidnap the little girl and more. And she reads that comment out loud and she laughs. Does anyone know who wrote that comment in the chat? Let me know down below. She says there are always issues when she stays at her mom's house. She says it's been too much drama. She says she can't get a job till she gets back to Canada. She wonders if she could get welfare, and that immediately offends someone in her chat. Her family is basically fed up with her, she says. She said she used to be bubbly and funny. I think she means stoned. She's planning on more grifts. If she doesn't raise enough money, she'll just keep saving till she can leave Syria. She said Salah would never spill the tea. They both have tea on each other, she says. And that's the end. My question to you, my friends, is how long do you think she'll have to actually stay in Syria before she can get enough money to go back to Canada? Comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.